right now I give you back. Let me Hello, hello. Okay, thank you. Okay. Welcome viewers, quarterfinal, California Bears versus Underdog. Fletcher and Sunil Narayan is there. And this is a quarterfinal knockout game. We are here at Fort Lauderdale, Florida. What a beautiful atmosphere. Two umpires are in the middle. And my commentator Lenny Usherbar has just arrived today. First ball. White ball. Allen seems to lose it here. What a beautiful atmosphere. US Open Cricket T20. 10th anniversary. This is do and die. Whoever win from here goes to the semi-final. Whoever lose, go home. So Fletcher is here. Underdogs. Sunil Narayan is here. Fletcher is facing Allen. Good. First run, third man.
So a couple of runs here for California Bears. They've played well in the tournament. And in fact, Rana, this is a repeat of one of the group stage matches in which Underdogs, they went under to California Bears. Sunil Narayan, the big international player.
Big name and big game. Quarterfinal.
And you certainly can't call him a leg spinner only. He's done some bit of batting. And gets a good ball. Good bowling here from Tim Allen. He's made a good start. We've seen a wide. We've seen another run. So relatively a good start here from Tim Allen. And he's bowling to two seasoned T20 players. Andre Fletcher, still a current T20 international player with the West Indies team. And of course Sunil Narayan, he's up there too. So this is quarterfinal number 1. And for our viewers, we like to... Oh, it's in the air, giving the man a long on a chance. He comes in. Has he taken the catch? He has not. And Narayan survives. Difficult chance, but still a chance. And Narayan, he gets a single. It's 3 without loss, Sarana.
Yeah, if they're going to miss catches like that, they cannot win the match. So catches win you the matches. A good effort from the fielder. But you see Allen emotional over there. Allen emotion is telling you, and he's not even collecting the ball when the fielder was throwing. He's disappointed with the fielding effort. But this is cricket and quarterfinal. Allen knows is do and die from here.
Oh, ball pulled away nicely. And it's going to go a couple of bounces. In fact, 1 bounce for 4. So Fletcher draws first blood here. Good looking shot. And takes the score up to 7.
First boundary of the quarterfinal. And what a confidence shot. Just stand and deliver. Fletcher, we all know how dangerous he can be. And he seemed like in a song.
Yeah, good looking shot. A short ball here from Tim Allen. Very talented cricketer is Tim Allen. And he does have the ability to bowl off spin. He can come back and start the bowling. So the umpires are Gajar and Jermaine Lindo. Jermaine Lindo would have stood on this very ground in a CPL game this season. Ball worked into the onside. More runs here for Fletcher. And this one goes away quickly for 4. So that's another good looking shot from Fletcher.
Yes, Lenny, you noticed something. As soon as the fielder dropped the catch, the pressure back onto Allen, and 2 back-to-back boundaries. They are taking the advantage of the power play, and 11 for none after just 5 overs. So good first over for Bears and Underdog. Seems like Underdog.
Yes, Rana, just for our viewers, I'd like to tell you the setup of this game here. Game reduced. Oh, that through the offside. This time I will run away for 4. So on the charge here, in fact, only a single. Barely saw the man out there. Now they'll come back for 2. So a couple of runs there for Fletcher. But still blazing through the offside. And the score goes up to 13 off the first over.
Yes, very good first over. And California Bear look prepared. And if that catch wouldn't have been missed, maybe a different story. But back-to-back boundary, pressure on the underdog. 13 for Nar. Sunil Narayan is still there on 1. And all the boundaries came from Fletcher Barrett. He just faced only 4 balls and made 11 runs. Beautiful atmosphere here, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And Broward County Park. We are here at the stadium, a live stadium. We are waiting for Drawn to show you the beautiful view of the stadium. Hopefully Sufyan Kamar working on the drone right now. But we have to appreciate Lenny. Thanks to the cameraman, especially Tahseen Ahmed and Rashid and Asami and all the cameramans. You know, some just came from Pakistan, some came from West Indies. They're all working day and night, and it's a full packed schedule, 4 games a day.
Yes, Sarana, a lot of a production of this magnitude needs a very big team, professionals in their own rights. And so they've all come together here as we see Elmore Hutchison given the ball. And he will come in from the commentary box and from the southern end of the ground. And will come into bowl to Sunil Narayan. He's been out of action with all the action, certainly focusing on Andre Fletcher. He's up to 11, Fletcher. And they're off to a very quick start, 13 off the first over. The news is California Bears will bat 18 overs. The game has been reduced. Now, the thing is, Underdogs has been penalized some overs, so they will bat only 12. So whatever total California Bear post, Underdogs will only bat 12.
Ball, but pull from Narayan right there to the boundary. This is the class of Narayan, international player, former West Indies player, plays around CPL, IPL, PSL, wherever he been there, wherever the cricket goes, he goes. And now right here, US Open T20. This is entertainment. And first ball Narayan faced for Hutchison and sent to the boundary. And pressure on Underdogs, 17 for Nar. Good batting so far from Bears. They're taking the control, they're taking the charge of the game, and they already have an advantage to play 18 overs because Underdog going to play only 12 overs. So they know they have extra 6 over to play with.
So they're off to a very good start. Ball in the air, chance offered, chance accepted, and that's the end of Sunil Narayan. Hutchison sends him packing. It's 17 for 1.
Yes, a good celebration. Underdog coming back, taking a dangerous man, Sunil Narayan wicket. And Hutchison show him where the pavilion was, like Sunil Narayan doesn't need a help. Or Hutchison try to be a Google voice or maybe a GPS. So we don't need to use Google Map no more. Hutchison can show where the way to the pavilion to Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, good big wicket here. Sunil Narayan not only is dangerous with the ball, but he's in recent time he's become one of the full-fledged T20 opening batsmen, having been exposed by Kolkata Knight Riders as that role, and he has certainly produced for them time after time. So they have lost their first wicket, California Bears. Narayan is gone, and it's 17 for 1.
Yes, 17 for 1. A good comeback from Hutchison, taking the first wicket, and right in the first over, Elmore Hutchison played for USA, familiar with this ground a lot, and we see him in 4th of July tournament as well. So wherever the cricket goes, Hutchinson goes, and a good bowling. You know, Sunil Narayan hit him for the 4, but a good comeback and a battle won by Hutchison. So we seen a 4 and we seen a wicket. This is T20. It's all about. The US Open T20 has bring you the best entertainment in the USA. And dear viewers, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Trinidad, Tobago, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Martin, Angola, wherever the cricket lovers are, please share Mac TV and DR Sport or live too, so all the other viewers can watch too.
So good ball dug out here by Fletcher. This is certainly a good contest. Elmore Hutchison, U.S. top fast bowler.
New batsman is Otley.
And a man who has been with the Talawas for a couple of years now with the CPL. Limited opportunities to play. In fact, may not have played any of the games this year, but still, by U.S. standard, very quality bowler. He runs in again. Oh, coming down the track is Fletcher. May have seen him a bit early. And a dot ball is registered here. So good bowling, good over so far here from Elmore Hutchison.
Yeah, so far good over. Just got hit for the boundary on the first ball, but you can see an action replay that Fletcher tried to take a charge. Hutchinson shot it down, maybe a little bit less pace, Lenny.
So one of the first quarterfinal well and truly on at the Central Broward Regional Park. And the Underdogs certainly penalized for showing up a little bit late. Don't know where the miscommunication was, but in the end, the competitions committee have decided that, well, should have been here for their engagement. And hence the very late start as the ball going down the leg side from Hutchison, a very wayward ball.
And umpire get to do the exercise. He opened his arms wide and called wide. Extra run, the second extra of the inning.
So ball cut away. That's a lovely looking shot from Andre Fletcher running up to the backward point boundary. And in fact, it crosses the rope now. What a shot here from Andre Fletcher. Just opening the face of the bat and using the pace of the ball. Good outfield here. Lovely shot for 4.
Yes, Andre Fletcher is taking all the advantage of the power play. He knows where the fielders are. And what an excellent, proper cricket shot. Use of his footwork and a good footwork. You can see the bat coming down the right time and using the pace of Hutchison to send the boundary towards the 4-run.
He's gone quickly up to 15. They have lost a wicket already of Sunil Narayan and scores 22 for 1. Oh, that's a good ball. Good comeback here from Hutchinson. Might have been a little too high. But he's made a good comeback here after being cut away for 4s. It's 22 for 1, Rana.
Yeah, good over from Hutchison. Sent Sunil Narayan back, and I still like the way he was showing Narayan the pavilion. And 22 for 1 after 2 overs. California seemed like under control. And we have to give praise to Fletcher, the way he is hitting the boundaries. 15 run out of 8 ball.
Yeah.
Catch by Vignesh. RG Vignesh. So first wicket gone, 22 for 1.
So John Utley will face his first ball. He's replaced Sunil Narayan. And we'll have to double check here. Is Tim Roy Allen still?
Typical West Indies style. Reminded me of Brian Lara. And Chandrapal.
Well, Lara more in T20. Chandrapal perhaps a little bit more passive in limited overs cricket. Good test man, though. And Tim Allen will continue his first over. Quite costly, went for 13. And will come into bowl to Utley, who has certainly replaced Sunil Narayan. So one of the reprieve here is that a chance for Tim Allen to come good. Oh, he's not going to come good with that kind of ball. And ball cut away, 1 bounce for 4. So that's a good looking shot here from John Utley. He picks up a boundary short and too wide. And ball slapped well away. That's a good looking shot, 26 for 1.
Yeah, loose ball from Allen, and Oatley opened his arm, and fielding is right in 30-yard circle. Only 2 fielders allow. And first ball, a welcome boundary for Oatley. His score moved to 26 for 1.
So Utley remains on 4, 1 scoring shot. And Tim Roy Allen, 17 so far.
That's a good batting. After hitting the boundary, he notched down just for 1 single, retreating the strike and giving Andrew Fletcher the strike, which is on 15 for 8. So good batting and good cricket overall. And here's the mascot playing with Ayan Qureshi. Mac Qureshi Sang. Mascot is having fun. He was in a commentary box with us. He having the best time of his life over here, Lenny.
Yes, he's enjoying this cricket festivity. And he's been around all over the place. Allen continues. Oh, that's a good-looking shot here from Fletcher. Didn't time it as well as he's wanted, but they'll come back for a couple of runs. He continues to bat well. And he goes up to 17.
Good running between the wickets. And we have to see that California Bear come prepare. And they've been here almost an hour and a half, and they've been practicing, warming up. Sunil Narayan was there. I had a good talk with him. He said, yes. He said, yes, man. I'm ready, man.
Yeah, they would want to do well in this tournament. And when I say well, they would want to at least get into the final, and the best thing is to win it all straight down the ground. Straight down the ground for 4. And that's another good-looking shot here from Andre Fletcher, the West Indies T20 player.
And the umpire Aditya said 2 more to go from the over. And we have a cheerleader in the background. We have some spectator coming in now. Tomorrow we're having a live concert coming in US Open music. So Mag is not only about cricket, he's also bringing the multicultural talent. And you know, if you are a bathroom singer, he said you are welcome to come and sing. Lenny, I think you will be singing tomorrow.
So Tim Allen has gone for plenty again in this over. 11 so far with in fact, make that 12. And in fact, 13 to be exact. Couple of runs there. So Tim Allen has given up 13 in the over so far.
Yeah, bad fielding. If you can see, the ball was right there to the fielder, and fielder had a bad fielding, maybe awkward bounce, but you know, allows 2 more runs to add for the total of California Bear, 35 for 1. And Fletcher, dangerous Fletcher on 23 for 11.
So throw the offside, driven on 4 more. So 4 more off the bowling of Tim Allen, 17 in this over. He's bowled 2 overs for 30 runs.
Andrew Fletcher is keeping the umpire busy. The boundaries are coming in, and 39 for 1 after 3. The run rate is very healthy on 13, and the partnership is 22. And Oatley has just put only 5 runs in the partnership. Most came from Andrew Fletcher bat.
Yeah, it's not a good score for Underdogs here. Bearing in mind they will bat 6 over less than California Bears. So that alone by itself is a big blunt to their process of getting past this quarterfinal. But that's the rules, and that's the way things are, and they will have to work with that. Elmore, on the other hand, has bowled 1 for 9. He's picked up a wicket. He's picked up the wicket of Sunil Narain. And so relatively different comparison from Hutchinson to Tim Roy Allen.
Yeah, Hutchinson had a good over. Probably a pull shot. We have to wait. It's going to be 2 runs. Good running between the wickets. And 2 more to the total of California Bear. It's 41 for 1 after 3.1. So Elmer Hutchison changing the field. And he's telling the fielder that try to move towards deep mid-off.
So they're off to a good start here. You can't quarrel with 41 for 1. So very good delivery here, getting through the shot played by Otley. He remains on 7.
Yes, a good comeback, a good ball from Hutchison. I like this small battles, Hutchison versus Otley. And Hutchison looked pumped up after sending Sunil Narain back to the pavilion. And dangerous Fletcher is still there. Just faced 12 deliveries, make 27 runs. This over just 2 runs and then the dot ball. California Bears. So in this tournament we have Bears, we have Lions, and we have Underdogs. So we have all the animals of the jungles over here. And we have Chicago Catcher, Atlanta Fire, the Titans. I like the team names. And there's a sponsor over there, Execute Boca Raton, CC USA, US Open T20, Mac TV. And beautiful coverage, live coverage. First time in the history of America going all over the world. And Discovery Sport, DR Sport, is showing in India as well, and Pakistan, and Sri Lanka and Nepal. Here you go, 4th ball. A very good looking shot, right to the straight drive. And ball has slowed down. Maybe the ground is a little bit wet. I don't know how the Florida ground is. Lenny, you've been coming here for 9 years, so you must know the situation over here.
Yeah, good looking shot here from Otley. Not enough legs to carry it through to the side screen, but he does well to pick up a couple of runs. Good looking shot. The ball short and still going over the bowler's head. So they're off to a very good start. We're still in the 4th over. They're posted 43.
A slow ball from Hutchison. slow the pace, and just one run. So two dot dot two, and the running between the wickets good. So overthrow, extra run add to the score, and two dot dot two two.
So Andre Fletcher might have been given a chance, a very tough one. Fielder did well to get to the ball, had both hands, and did not hold on, and Fletcher has moved on. Ball in the air, chance, and taken. So Otley goes for 11. Is 45 for 2. Elmore Hutchison picks up 2. He's bowling a 2 for 15.
Yes, and you see the same ball that he bowled to Sunil Ryan. Sunil Ryan tried to pull him, but end up getting out. And same thing, Otley tried to pull him. And you notice before 2 balls, he changed the field, bring the fielder to mid-off and deep mid-off, and Otley gone. 11 for make it 11 run out of 7, and California Bear lost the second wicket, 45 for 2.
So Elmore Hutchison has picked up his second wicket. He's bowling impressively well. 2 overs, no maiden, 2 for 16. Look at that. Ball short. Came on quicker than Otley thought, and cramped for room. And all he did was to give the man on the onside a very simple catch. So he's gone.
Yeah, and good catch because, under the lights it's not that easy to catch the ball, but a well-judged catch. And remove Adley. Damien is the new batsman.
Yeah, Damien comes in here as one of the centurions of this tournament. We've had what, 5 or 6 centurions? In fact, 6 centurions. We've got Chima, Wayne Parnell, Damien Ebanks,
Omar Farouk from Park First.
Farouk. Then we got Bilal Qureshi. We got Marshall.
Yeah, Bilal Qureshi from Adam Sanford St. Martin All-Star.
And we also have Johan from Florida Scorpions scoring 100 somewhere along the line. So bowling change.
Chaya comes to ball. Left arm off spinner. A good shot, but the fielder is there. Good fielding. 2 fielder has to stop that ball. So good partnership between the fielding as well, Lenny.
Yes, your bowling is as good as your fielding. And sometimes they complement each other. A bad ball can get a good wicket if someone springs a good catch. Ball worked into the offside, so almost a replay. Saving boundaries, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, very good fielding. This is what Underdog needs to do more. And I think he got hurt. So we see players going to him, probably hit him in the foot or maybe in the knee. And he looked like he is in pain. And Andrew Fletcher, he hit that ball very hard with all his power. And the fielder looks like in pain. And the team members are there. The umpire, Aditya, is checking on the player. But I think he will be walking back to the pavilion, maybe get a ice pack or something. But he's saying, I'm okay, getting up, and still limping. And I think he should come back to the pavilion, maybe get an ice pack or something. And yes, he's going back. He cannot even walk. So he just looks like in a lot of pain. We don't want to see that on a cricket field, unfortunately. But good fielding. He did his best and stopped that 4-run. A powerful shot from Andrew Fletcher bat. And whenever he hits the ball, he hits with a lot of power. 45 for 2, but 4.2 over ball. The run rate is 10.4 and a dot and dot. So good over so far from Chaya. And Damien and Fletcher still there. So Damien Ebang and Andrew Fletcher there. And the 12th man is here. And 2 players have to walk. The fielder to walk back to the pavilion. And that's not a good sign for cricket, but sometimes you get injured as well, Lenny. It's part of the game.
Yes, Rana, the only good thing about that, he saved the boundary. As you mentioned, that ball was struck and struck firmly off the bat of Andre Fletcher. Full-blooded drive. Well, we've been told as a fielder when we were growing up is to get the body behind the ball. And getting the body behind the ball means at times you will get hit. It comes with part and parcel of the game. Cricket is a dangerous game. The ball is very hard and sometimes you get hit and you get hit badly. 45 for 2.
Yeah, 12th man coming for Underdog. Fletcher is ready to face Chaya. Third ball of the over. A good shot. This time it goes to the 4. And that's what he was looking for to do it earlier. And the score moves to 49 for 2. Fletcher is no mood to stop. And he's pumping the gas. 31 run he has scored in 15. Providing the entertainment for all over the viewers, all over the world. All the viewers all over the world.
Yeah, good smart batting here from Fletcher. He played a couple of balls in the same vicinity, realizing that he couldn't penetrate. But he went a little bit squarer this time. Still lots of power. And he able to penetrate. 49 for 2.
Yes, 49 for 2. A good shot down the track. Again, same result. A 4 run. He's dealing with in the force right now. So 2 dot ball and then a 4 and a 4. So 53 for 2. And 8 overs Chaya has given in these 4 balls. Now keeper is walking to him. And probably they're going to decide what they're going to do next. And you see this is a powerful hitting. And he knows the fielders are inside the 30 yard. Because only 2 fielders are allowed for 6 overs for the power play. And making the umpire busy as well.
So Fletcher is striking the ball and striking it well. And this time one of the better balls we've seen here from Jyoti Chaya. He's bowled 3 dot balls in the over. And a couple of balls may have gone for boundaries. In fact, 2 4s in the over so far. So 8 or 5 ball. Let's see how he finishes up here. So ball cut away, and that's another good looking shot here from Fletcher. Fielder a backward point, saved the boundary there, come back for 2. So he continues to bat well, 55 for 2.
Yes, good fielding, backward point, and, he has to slide and collect a ball and throw it, and 2 runs are taken. And Underdog is from Florida, so they are used to this stadium. Fletcher is pushing the gas and pumped up. He scores 37, facing 18 ball. Damien hasn't even faced a ball yet, but last over of Chaya went for 10 runs and 1 over. So 2 good fielding, and then the 4 and 4. And then the last ball went for 2 runs. So 55-2, healthy run rate, 11.
So if you're just following the broadcast, just want to let you know what's happening here. This is the first quarterfinal. And it's Underdogs. Fielding first here. California Bears having won the toss, deciding to bat with the playing conditions as followed. They will bat 18 overs. And Underdogs will bat 12. The reason being Underdogs apparently came late. And instead of claiming a walkover, they have decided that, well, they'll get a chance to play a game. And so they're afforded 12 overs. And California Bears, they're allotted 18 overs for their innings. They've made a good start. They're batting at 55 for 2. They've lost Sunil Narain. Yes, the Sunil Narain of international fame. They lost him for 5 and they lost Utley for 11.
A good ball. And Damien did the right thing. Give a strike to Andrew Fletcher. He knows Andrew Fletcher is in a form and scored most of the runs for California Bears. And new bowler is Suresh. 1 ball, 1 run, setting his own field. And this is good from the bowler because he knows where he's going to ball. And dangerous man, Andrew Fletcher, is still there wearing a nice shiny yellow pads. Remind me of Jamaica. Jamaica, West Indies, California Bears. Coming down the track, pinch it up to the straight. There is no fielder. Log on collects the ball. And just 1 run. Elmore Hutchison is the fielder.
And Rana, the fact is, California Bears, it's interesting to know that this quarterfinal, As we see, the boys are enjoying themselves with the go-kart.
Good ball
work.
again. Damien is doing the right thing, putting back the strike to Andrew Fletcher. Andrew Fletcher hitting the ball powerfully and made 38 extraordinary run just facing a 19 ball. And good over so far, just 3 run on 3 balls from Suresh.
Yeah, and this is a big shot here from Fletcher. Oh man, posted out in the deep at long off, takes a well-judged catch. And California Bears have lost their 3rd wicket. Andre Fletcher goes to 38. It's 58 for 3.
Yes, Andrew Fletcher was looking dangerous, but now he's gone. And you see Suresh took the wicket in the first over. 58 for 3. And California Bears lost 3 wickets back to back. Sunil Narayan gone, and you can see that Andrew Fletcher hit his bat before walking off the pavilion right in the ground, and he knows how important his wicket was for California Bear over there.
Yes, Rana, a ball not carrying. Maybe another 12 inches or so would have gone for 6, but he's gone. He's a big blow here for California Bears. So now they have lost Sunil Narayan, they have lost Fletcher, and they have lost Utley. They're batting at 58 for 3.
And you remember I was saying Suresh was setting up his own field, and he knows Fletcher going to hit him over there towards the wide long off. And after that, you see the result, the small battle between Suresh and Fletcher. Suresh won it. And this is the commentary box. Lenny wearing a Pakistani flag shirt, green and white. Good ball and miss. Good leg break from Suresh, tossing the ball up. The new batsman is Salwar. And great wicket keeping work. Removing the bells and looking towards the umpire for the signal, but it's not out.
Yeah, we've seen a very good over here from Suresh. He's picked up the very important wicket of Fletcher, who was given a chance, a very tough chance, but still, he has to be considered one. 59 for 3 at the end of 6.
And good catch from Bakshi. So California Bear 59 for 3 after power play. And Salwar and Damien, the new both batsmen. I've been saying this all day long. Whenever the new batsmen come, Lenny, it's not that easy for them to bat on, and especially under the lights. And, now they have to rebuild and probably rebuild again.
Yeah, California Bears need a very good series. They were disappointing last year, considering the squad that they had. I think they lost in the semi, or might have been the quarterfinal, but was really a big disappointment last year. So they're hoping that at least first, I think their first plan is to win this tournament this year. And if by chance they should lose, probably lose in the final. So Chaya will continue. His first over went for 10. And Salva taking on the pad. There's a big appeal. Not out, says umpire Gajar. And so play will move on. It's 59 for 3 still.
A very good ball from Chaya and a good appeal. Now Underdog is controlling this game. They're putting a pressure because they know California Bear has lost 3 wickets. And a good appeal. You can see keeper is laying down and appealing. He doesn't even want to get up, Lenny. So
a ball that is asking a question here, and the only thing that is of interest to the umpire is to move out of the way. And once you see an umpire starting to clear the square, it's not a good sign as a bowler. Salva is on 1. And Damien Ebanks, he's on a couple, having made a century already in the series. So ball trying to cut away here by Salva. He remains on 1. And the score is 59 for 3. Narayan, Fletcher, and Utley back in the hut.
Yes, Lenny 59 for 3 after 6.3. So far so good in this over, Chaya. 2 appeals already.
Yeah, one has to take into account 68 balls remaining, a shortened version by 2. And the news is that Underdogs will only have 12 of their share to chase whatever California Bears put on the board. But we've seen a very good game here so far. Damian Ebanks, he scored a century in this series.
Yeah, and you can see the current run rate had come down to 8.11, and before it was almost 11.0. So this is what happened when you lose wicket.
Good bowling here from Chaya. In fact, you look at Chaya bowling figures. He's bowled 5 dot balls. So what an over here from the young man. We saw earlier today a maiden being bowled by Adesh or Yudesh.
Yes, Yudesh Danyake.
Oh, bowled him. So that's the end of Salva. A maiden wicket. I think that might be the first one of this year's competition. And it comes off the shoulder of Jyoti Chaya. Is 59 for 4.
59 for 4, and chain in the commentary box. We welcome Vinod and Iva. On it.
Uh, 59 for 4, and just one correction there. Lenny Shazam Babwa did that yesterday morning. Yes, I forgive you. You were flying whilst that was happening. 59 for 4 after 7. Remember, they have all of 18 overs to set a target, and the Underdogs will have just 12 overs to get that. At the moment, it's 59 for 4. They have lost a number of their top order batsmen, and one of the better players in the lineup, highly underrated, is Mark Dial. He hits the ball a mile. He's coming in now, and he's batting low down the order. And let me immediately welcome Amar Nathaniel. Good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Vinod. How are you?
I'm good. 59 for 4. I know off air you were telling me that the Bears might have this.
Yes, I was telling you so, but 59 for 4 in the 7th over, things are looking good for Underdogs at the moment.
Well, they are the Underdogs.
Yes, they are.
And Banks is still there. He pushes it on the offside. That's a single. Takes the score now on to 60 for 4. Yeah. I see Ivor Henry is here. He was cooking up a storm in the outer field today. He was actually singing. Yes, we're actually hearing him from our commentary booth.
Yes, he's feeling the Christmas spirit.
Yes, I think we're going to send our good friend Ahmed Rana with him tomorrow to give him some assistance. Eddie Edwards is also here, a very good friend of mine.
Do you think this is a strategy by California Bears to have Mark Dial batting solo in the order? Because I know he usually opens.
Yes, I was saying that. He normally opens the batting, but given the talent available in this lineup, Otley using Narayan, they're going the TKR way, trying to use Narayan as an opener. TKR and KKR normally use him as an opener. And given the talent, of course, you have Andre Fletcher, the captain. These guys are top order batsmen in the T20 game, as well as Dial. You look at the pecking order, and Dial will then have to come just below them. And these girls, they're very energetic, and they continue to entertain. Damian goes right back and cuts it down to point on the boundary. Only a single for him, in fact, a bit of sloppy work there by the fielder down there. Doesn't result in any further run. Have you played against Dial?
No, I haven't played against him, but last year he was on my team when we played for Smart Choice together.
Yes.
Yes. He's a talented cricketer.
Yes, he did very well at the Global T20 in Canada.
Yes, he had a very nice 50.
Yes, his father, Narayan Dial, played for Trinidad back in the day. That's a lovely shot. That's the class of the man. Just delaying the shot a bit to get it to the right of the man at the sweeper's position on the cover boundary. and he's able to come back for two. Just delaying the shot a bit to get it away from him. It's all about angles here, Amma.
Yes, you have to try to manipulate the field as much as possible in this fast-paced game.
So tell us about the Miami Sharks. I think you all are out of the tournament.
Yes, we won the Sanford All Stars in the first game, and then we lost our second and third game respectively.
I know you were the man of the match in that first game, and Dial is on his way. He looks very surprised. Darren, Mark Dial, I was about to say Darren Ryan. I love to see the replay on that one. 65 for 5. Are we here to see an upset tonight?
It's looking that way. That was a beautiful ball from Suresh, just drifting in the air.
And that looked good. I think
Struck
that is
him.
plumb. That was
is
a
plumb.
Jason there.
Yes, yes. Struck in front. Well ball.
65 for 5. Dial should have gotten that part outside the off stump to play that shot, because had he been struck outside the off stump, he would have been still there batting. $65 for 5. We take another look at that.
Yes,
Suresh, 2 for 9.
beautiful figures, especially in this high pressure situation where they only have 12 overs to bat. They have to try to restrict them to as little as possible. Can he finish strong in this over? He's bowling to Babwa, another Trinidadian hard hitter. He comes in.
Outside the off stump, Papa looking to immediately attack. And it's the end of the over. Shazam Babwa has been a member of 3 winning teams at this US Open over the years. And last year he struck a wonderful 71 of 26 deliveries against the US All-Stars, Bravo included, in the semifinals. And all he had to offer on that occasion were proper cricketing shots.
Very, very proper cricketing shots. I happened to be on his team as well. He was my captain, and it was a very beautiful innings.
Yes, you were on that team. I well remember that.
Very beautiful innings.
Show the class of the man.
So we know what he's capable of doing, so we'll see if he can pull that off for his team.
Ivor Henry, you can see in the back there with his good friend Eddie Edwards. 2 peas in a pod. Outside the off stump, and Ebanks looks to go big, and he does. 1 bounce into the fence for 4. The score is now 69 for 5, and he's looking to counter attack at this point in time with 5 wickets down.
It was a beautiful shot. He gave himself some room. He opened up and he hit it over extra cover, and it was well played.
So who were some of the standout performers on your Miami Sharks team this time around? I know you won the man of the match in the first game.
Yes, I won the man of the match in the first game. It was, I would say that the stars in my team were Jamel Perlion. He did very well with the ball. He took 4 wickets in the tournament in the 3 or 4 games. Also, we had our captain. He played some handy innings, but they just weren't enough.
Well, this is a free hit because of a no ball that was bowled by Chaya outside the off stump, and Ebanks could do not much with that. Babwa looks at the umpire as if to suggest he should have called that a wide, but it was a quicker delivery, quick and flat outside the off stump, and Ebanks not being able to deal with it. He's on 8 of 7 deliveries. And here's Chaya again, cut away down to a point, and the fielder just stopping it before it's cleaned up. A single, in fact 2. 71 now for 5.
You can clearly see that the bounce is not in his full flow like he normally is. He's 9 off of 8 deliveries. It's very surprising.
Well, if he and Baba can stay there for any length of time, they may well end up with still a very good score.
Yes, indeed. Both of them are capable of changing the game at any time.
A slip in place now for Shazam Babwa. So it's good to see these guys attacking the underdogs. This time he loses his balance in going forward. Loud appeal for a stumping chance. Not out, says the umpire. Lost his shape there, Amar.
Yes, he lost his shape. The drift of the ball had him in two minds. Bowlers are bowling very, very well. Oh, wow.
Well, our statistician, our resident statistician, Lenny has passed me a note just to remind our viewers that 7 centuries have been scored in this tournament this year. A lovely delivery, and that one moved the other way. Not out, says the umpire, as they appeal for another stumping. Chima, Rizwan Chima got one. Wayne Parnell, also from the US All Stars. Damian Banks, California Bears. Bilal Qureshi from Adam Sanford All Stars. Umar Farouk, Xavier Marshall, and Johan from the Florida Scorpions. They all scored centuries in this year's tournament, and Chima also had a 94 not out, and Parnell had a 64 not out as well. So Parnell is yet to be dismissed in this tournament.
Another beautiful ball bowled by Suresh. Another dot ball. Banks is really finding it hard to get himself going here.
Oh, that's a good delivery. Some bounce on it, but the tall figure, some bounce and turn, the tall figure of Ebanks being able to just go back and across and handle it. Swan flicked away around the corner. Good work by the wicketkeeper. Can't prevent the single. 72 for 5.
As you can see, the right and left batting combination is probably the only thing that is going for the California Bears at the moment, making it difficult because the fielders have to alternate all the time. So hopefully they can get more singles in between the wickets and make it more difficult for the bowler having to bowl at different hands.
18. Outside the off stump, and this is square driven by Babwa. He's going to go back for 2. The veteran, the evergreen Shazam Babwa.
It's beautiful to see that they have 7 centuries so far for the tournament.
Yes.
Wait one moment as this. Oh. It shows that the batsmen came here this year with one thing on their mind, that's to get going. And
yes, they did.
Up.
We had Chima getting a half century of 15 deliveries.
Wow.
Today we had Kina Lewis of 20.
Some explosive hitting.
Yes.
It's good to see the Caribbean boys in the spotlight as well.
Yep.
Another well bowled delivery from Suresh as the over comes to an end. He's bowled 3 overs, 2 wickets, 12 runs. That's very beautiful in the circumstances.
Yes, a wonderful spell. So at the end of 10, the score is 75 for 5. Ebanks is on 11, Babwa 3.
What do you think there's a game plan here for California Bears at the moment?
Well, having lost 5 wickets, they're probably trying to consolidate, but not for too long because they have just 18 overs to negotiate. That's just 8 more. So I think Shazi Babwa and Ebanks, they have the experience to know when to go on a full-out attack. Uh, just 5 wickets in hand, so you don't want to be going hell for leather just yet. Probably with 3 overs to go at the end of over number 15, you might, if you're still 5 wickets down or even 6 wickets down, you can look to push on. But I think what they need to do is to rotate the strike. That is key. Look to turn ones into twos, and when you get the bad deliveries, you need to really deal with it.
I agree with that statement as well. So far they're doing it. So let's see if they can continue on that path.
Seventy-six for 5. This is a pushed away on the offside.
Another beautiful delivery from Shaya. He's drifting the ball very well. Another beautiful delivery ball by Shaya. It goes to the man at point.
Seventy-six for 5. I want to say good night to a very hard-working gentleman by the name of Brown Man. Easton Esme. A lot of people caught behind. Not out says the umpire. The bowler on that occasion was not too excited, and he banks is indicating that the bat struck the pad.
Yes. The keeper seemed very excited, but the umpires made a final decision.
The bank goes big, and this is out of here. It crashes into the mark group sign. That's 6 runs. So 82 for 5. That's the one delivery to go in over number 11.
It's been the first boundary that has been hit off of Shaya since the first over. So he would have to pull back his length a little bit and look to finish his spell strong.
1 for 23. Not bad figures. This is his last delivery. Better. Pushed away on the offside. There is a single in the offering for both men. The score is 83 at the end of over number 11. Ebanks is on 16. Babwa is on 4. Just to remind our viewers that whatever a score is posted by the Bears, the Underdogs will have just 12 overs to get that. If they score no further run, they will have 12 overs to get 83. At this point in time, well, to get 84. That's a tough task. In situations like that, though, teams will have to go out there and look to bowl out the opposition cheaply to compensate for the lack of overs. But if they could have all full 18 overs, you're really behind the 9 ball.
Yes, very, very, very. We'll hope that the Underdogs will keep that in mind and try to restrict them to as little as possible, because you know that you only have 12 overs to make whatever they make.
Quick single. This is a leg by. We wait for the umpire. Yes, it is. So it's a leg by. Signal by the umpire. One more.
As we can see, Shuris is drifting the ball into the left-hander and away from the right-hander. And the breeze is helping him as well. So he just has to get the right line and length and try to restrict them. He's bowling very excellent so far as he bowls. Oh, well bowled.
And for the umpteenth time, Babwa misses outside the off stump.
Baba needs to get closer to the ball and keep his head as still as possible.
Yes, his head is all over the place. You look at him there, and he lost his shape very easily.
As he goes, he's 4 off of 9 deliveries.
Nowhere near that. So Suresh has been excellent. 2 for 12. He's in his final over. This being the first quarterfinal of the US Open T20 tournament for 2018. Shazam Baba cuts, and the fielder down there wrong-footed.
As we saw 4 fielders chase after the ball just now. They're really determined to not let it go to the boundary.
That was poor running, though. I thought they could have gotten 2.
2, yes. It was an easy 2. Batsman a little lazy in between the wickets. But maybe Banks probably thinks that he has a better chance of scoring off of the spinner than Baba, as Baba has missed the last 4 balls.
85 for 5. So one tossed up and driven over extra cover down to the boundary for 4. He just cleared the levers there and he played through the line, and that's, according to Lenny, a good looking shot.
Exactly. I guess that was the reason for going to getting 1. The fielder almost had it, but it wasn't enough to stop it from going into the boundary. As the Banks moves to 20.
That delivery too close to him to cut. It goes on with the arm. The Underdogs, they've held their own in this game.
It's very well bowled again.
That's a good spell by Suresh. 4 overs, 2 for 17, and we're going to have a double change now. And Lenny is going to replace Amar, and Shah Faisal is going to replace yours truly.
Thank you very much.
So welcome back, Shaw. So we've got 36 balls remaining here, and just to keep you up to date here, as you may have come in a little bit late, but with regards to this game, the batting team, California Bears, will bat 18 overs, and the opposition will only bat 12, penalized because coming a little bit late to the ground.
Okay, and it's quite a big penalty in this very, very important game. And it's one of the most competitive games of the tournament so far. And it's a huge loss of 6 overs, but they got only themselves to blame for.
Yeah.
See if they've got enough in them to make up for that difference, but only time will tell, Lenny.
Yes, Shaw, but if you look at his scorecard, forget the overs reduction on both teams. You look at the scorecard is 89 for 5. Underdogs, by name and nature, came into this game really the underdog. And California Bears with a packed up lineup here. Sunil Narayan, Andre Fletcher, Otley, Damian Ebanks, Mark Dial, Shazam Babwa. And you look at their scorecard is 89 for 5. Irrespective of the reduction of overs, you've got to say Underdogs are playing well.
Yeah, they've acquitted themselves quite well in the 12 overs so far. 89 for 5 is a good total. And you have to say that the batters, Damien is quite well set as well. He's in the middle right now. He's got 20 of 20. He's got himself a bit of a start as we watch Pani getting ready for his spell.
So ball worked into the onside here by Shazam Babwa. And earlier on, Shah was making mention of a couple of players in this U.S. Open over the years that does have some impeccable records when it comes to this series, one of which is Shazam Babwa. If he wins in this tournament, let's say California Bears, he will be the only player to have won 4 championships with relatively 3 different teams. He's done it twice with Trinidad and Tobago in the early days. He's been part of the Smart Choice team that won in, might have been 2013. And he's in with a very good team here. So if California Bears win today, Shazam Babwa could be on the winning stage for the 4th time.
That would be some achievement. Well, 3 times is already quite a big achievement. But as you said, he would go right at the top of the the pyramid as being the only player to have achieved that for 4 times. But we got a game on our hand, and excellent bowling from Pani this time. He's getting nice shape away from the right-hander and into the left-hander, as Damien was looking to get underneath that, but good line, good length.
Yeah, Damien Ebanks has been among the runs. He's one of 7 centurion in the series. Would have been the latest one, just happened today. Well, that's a good looking shot. Finds the gap and it goes away. And it goes across the rope for 4, so he goes up to 25.
That's what he was trying to do. This time he got the length that he wanted. He got underneath that, and there's huge gaps on the onside. Ebanks is getting into his stride now. Moving the Beers to 94 for 5. Ebanks is also quite an accomplished player, and he has been performing well on this stage for a number of years.
So they pick up another run with 32 balls remaining. In fact, they come back for 2, and that's one of the that's a scorer's nightmare. When you think it's 1 and you're all settled, you punch your numbers in, only to realize they come back for 2 because of sloppy misfielding or an overthrow.
It's a comedy of error from the fielder. He not only misfield, but when he went to pick up for the second time, he slipped, and he slipped on the third time as well. As Ebanks has launched that into the deep field, away from the fielder, bounces into the fence. Ebanks is not in no mood to spare Pani in this over, and that boundary has brought up the 100 for Beers. Ebanks is on fire. He's on 30.
Yeah, good looking shot again from Ebanks. Continues to pile on the runs here. We were looking at the stats. I think Wayne Parnell in this series, a good comeback delivery here from Pani. Still a single keeps the scoreboard ticking. We were looking at a record here, Faisal, and Parnell hasn't been dismissed in the series so far, with already a century and a 60 or a 70 odd. So he hasn't been dismissed in the series so far. So what an average.
No average so far. He's been in phenomenal form, batting form that is, and he's been contributing quite good. But as we've been saying all day today, that the knockout stages have arrived, and all these players who've played at the biggest stage will have a stage where they can raise their games even further and entertain us more. But the competition's getting intense. And that's what we all want to see. We want to see a close contest between bat and ball and good, entertaining games. Full credit to the teams. They've done really well. And this first quarterfinal, despite the odd penalties and disadvantage to the team, still promises to be a good one.
So reverse shot here will get him a couple of runs, as we have seen in T20 cricket. A lot of improvised shot, and these days as a fielder, there's nowhere to hide. I remember in the old days, you put some of your worst fielder at third man or something what you call a backstop. But these days, the batsmen are playing the ball over the keeper's head, so there's no place to hide on a cricket field, especially in T20 cricket.
Absolutely. It's a good comeback from Bakshi. You're right. The old hideaway spots used to be the short third man or the short fine leg, but nowadays these are the hot points, because all the reverse sweeps, the ramps, the paddle shots, and the dill scoops, they're all played in that direction.
Yeah, the batsmen have found ways. They've studied the field, and they've realized, listen, nobody plays over the keeper's head. Let's try a shot together. Oh, what a shot here from Ebanks. Could go all the way. And in fact, we'll wait and see. And it's gone for 4, but the ball went high into the night time. I was able to go a bouncer or 2 away for 4, so he goes up to 38.
Yeah, it went miles in the air, went very, very high. Gave the fielder a chance to come underneath that, but not very easy, those high balls. And he got there, got his hands to it, but it just went through his hands and bounced inside the fence. As Bakshi suffering at the hands of Ebanks.
Yeah, Eubanks has certainly turned on the pressure here on Underdogs. And Underdogs is a term being used when you come into the game perhaps not standing a chance.
Yeah,
And the opposite of that, Faisal, will be the top dog.
yeah, but in this case, the Underdogs is really misleading because it's their name, and we are not referring to them as the Underdogs as in sporting cliche, but that's another close one from Bakshi, appealing for the leg before, but the batsmen are alert enough to take advantage and get through for a leg bye. So the term underdog, which is used in every sport, and underdog is the crowd's favorite normally. So they've decided to go for that as a name. So they wanted to get all the support in any case.
And Faisal, the fact is, it's interesting that this quarterfinal matchup. Oh, he's lost his stump, so Damien Ebanks falls for 39. And look at Bakshi. He is so elated that he is taking out a big wicket here. 39 to Ebanks. It's 109 for 6.
Bakshi celebrates and the underdogs celebrate as well. Bakshi this time went for the full slower delivery off the edge and excellent take. That's a superb catch from the keeper standing up to the stumps. Big deflection. He was able to adjust quickly. And as we watch, as Bakshi celebrate, he deserved the wicket earlier in the over. There was a drop catch, but he had the nerves to come back and provide his team with a breakthrough. And Ebanks, after entertaining for a while, he departs the scene. Bears 109 for 6.
So Navin Stewart comes out to the middle here with 24 balls remaining. And Faisal, it's interesting to note that this quarterfinal matchup is a repeat of a group stage. Both of these teams are from the same zone. And in that game, it was Underdogs who lost to Bears. They lost by 3 wickets in the round robin round. And now they're here in the quarterfinal here. Interesting.
Oh yeah, they made it to the quarterfinal from the same group, so that was quite a competitive group in the first place. And by the reaction of the players, you could tell that they've seen each other and they know each other. It's the way Bakshi was smiling and celebrating, and now Allen into the attack. Starts off with a short delivery, couldn't quite get hold of it. Babua, just the 2 runs. Allen's been very expensive so far. He's got 31 off his bowling in the first 2 overs.
Yeah, he's gone for quite a few. He started bowling seamers. Now he's come back in a different role. Very versatile cricketer is Tim Allen. And having done the same thing at the U.S. national level, he has the ability to start with the new ball and then perhaps to come back with some off spinners. What we have seen in this game that the seamers didn't work, as you made mention, he was quite expensive in his first spell.
Yeah, this time he lands it in the stumps. Bakshi picks up the ball, single. He associated this in international cricket. If you may remember, Carl Hooper started off as a seamer, used to bowl that big in-swinging Yorkers. Then he turned out to be a very successful spinner later in his career. But at the beginning, he used to bowl seam and spin in the same game.
So Tim Allen, his first couple of overs quite expensive. He was bowling to the likes of Fletcher and Sunil Narain. Things have changed here now. Shazam Babwa is on 8. It's 113 for 6. We've got some 20 balls remaining. Shortened version of the first quarterfinal. And even a more shorter innings when Underdogs comes out to bat, Faisal.
Yeah, they would have to get whatever the Bears get in 12 overs. So looking at 113 in 12 still would be a daunting task. The single is added. But Lenny, you know that in shortened games, sometimes when you got fewer overs, you can go risk-free because you know that you got shorter time to get dismissed. So you got with this fearless attitude, with nothing to lose, and sometimes it works as well. And bigger total have been achieved in smaller overs sometimes at the group stages when you go for the qualification periods. So it may not be a bad idea if they keep him in certain limits.
Yeah, sure, you're right on that. You look at the Duckworth-Lewis rain-reduced games these days, and teams realizing that the weather is going to be in effect here, they literally wants to bat last. You're right on that. And because it's such a shortened version of the game, you still have all 10 wickets in hand.
Exactly, and the power play would be adjusted as well accordingly. So that would be only 4 overs, I think, for the 12 overs. As we got Rana back in the commentary booth. Welcome to the Combox again, Rana, after a short break.
Thank you, Safashal, and thank you, Lanny. Situation looks okay right now because you see this is 15 overs. And anything under 10 run and over, even though Underdog has to bat just a 12 overs, is possible. And 115 for 6 seems like Underdog has control. But this next 3 hours will decide what the chasing score will be for Underdogs. So far, so good. Bob was still there on 10 for 17, facing 17 balls. And Stewart is there for 2 and 2. But I think, Shah Faisal, this game will be very interesting because in first phase, Andrew Fletcher was cruising, got almost 50 runs in just 5 overs. But once they lose the 3 wickets, Chaya and Bakshi has control over the bowling attack. But we have to see later on what's going to happen. But right now, match look even, Steven, even though they have to chase in 12 overs, like you said before, when you have less overs, you can play risk-free cricket.
Yeah, Fletcher is a class apart, you know. He's a class act, and he's proved that today. Got his team off to a flying start. But it's kind of a reasonable comeback from the Underdogs. They pulled it up quite nicely. As Bakshi, it's another slow delivery. No timing whatsoever from Stewart on that one. Bounces too long on fielder for just 1 run.
Good over so far, just 1-1-1. In this stage, 1 run, 2 runs, not going to hurt Underdogs. But a good achievement overall, and Underdogs have this good game under control. 118 for 6, even though they have to bat 12 overs. Ball in the air, we have to wait and watch. Fielder coming under it. What a great catch. Underdog lost the 7th wicket after 118 for 6. He's posing for the camera. He knows he's in the camera. This is what USA Open T20 is all about. We are going live all over the world. First time in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. And Mac Qureshi was saying that we have 1 million viewers.
It went miles in the air. An excellent catch at this stage because it went high. But he judged very nicely and camped underneath it. Good position and muted celebration. He's giving his own style of celebration to this event. And 1 more wicket falls down. As we just saw before that dismissal as well, the towels are out, so it means that there's some dew, and that means that the advantage or the disadvantage of the reduced overs can come even lesser effect. If the conditions keep changing, that would definitely help the team batting second, as Beer's innings is pretty much done with. It's 14 balls to go after that, and good comeback from the Underdogs. Bakshi, 2 breakthroughs in his second over already, and wickets are key here. If the wickets keep falling, there will be no momentum ending the innings.
Very good bowling, very good fielding. Underdog gets them under control now, and a very good caught under the lights. This catch was not that easy. 118 for 7. Bob was still there, and new batsman is ALE. So Shah Faisal, required run is 7.5, but it's going to jump up when they're going to be playing just only 12 overs. But I think this game will be very exciting. It will go down to the wire.
we still got to wait till the innings close because 13 balls. But I have to say, Bakshi's turned up and bowled a brilliant spell for his team at this crucial stage. Took 2 wickets, and that stemmed the flow of runs. 118 in 12, as it stands right now, may seem a lot, but as I said, the conditions keep changing, and with a little bit of dew, if the Bears could pull up and bowl 2 really good overs and don't let the Underdogs, the Bears, too far ahead of themselves, I think 10 and over or 11 and over, even in the shorter format of 12 overs, are quite possible. As we just recently seen, there's a new format being introduced, the T10, and we saw the scores of around 180 or 170 runs in 10 overs. So Bears are ahead, but Underdogs are by no means out of this contest.
Yes, you're right about that. And T10 is a new format of cricket which introduced. And yes, Underdog will be playing like T10. And very good over from Bakshi. Just a 3-run and a wicket. 118 for 7. Underdog has this game under control so far. And Bob Weiss there facing 20 delivery just for 11 runs. But a good fielding overall and good catch. He catches win you the matches, Shah Faisal. And Hutchison come back for the 17 over. He bowled 2 over, given 15 runs for 2 wicket. And he's setting up his own field. Whenever the fielder is setting up his own field, it's good to watch, and he knows where he's gonna bowl.
Yeah, Bob Weiss had a struggle in this innings, as I was talking to Lenny earlier. He's the man with 3 titles under his belt. He needs to come up with something special in these last couple of overs if he wants to have another one. As first delivery is angling away from the right-hander, the batsman's looking at the umpire, but umpire, it's actually a good call because when it passed the batsman, it wasn't that wide where it ended up, and it looked like it was way too wide, but umpire read this brilliantly. It was touch and go, but still he made the call and called it a legal delivery. It's the next one. Fine leg is up in the ring, and that beats him short and down the leg side. Loose delivery taken full toll by Ali. A much needed boundary after a sequence of dot balls. This is a much needed one for the Bears to take him along to 122 now with only 10 balls to go in the innings.
Yeah, pressure releasing shot. This is what you call pressure releasing shot. Ali just came. Second ball he's facing. And a very good shot. Release pressure for California Bear. 122 for 7. A good ball right in the block hole, but they will steal the 1 run. And so far so good because in last 3 deliveries we've seen dart 4 and 1. But game looked like under control for Underdog and California Bear. I would say my prediction will be, as of now, 140 will be a good score if Underdog will be chasing in 12 over. Anything less than that, around 130, is still chaseable because it's going to be by like around 11.5 run and over. Because this 7.5 current run rate will jump up.
Flies off the outside edge as the third man slips, but recovers quickly enough and send a sharp return, restrict the batsman to just a single. And we can clearly see the effects of the dew on the outfield now. The fielders are struggling, the bowlers are struggling, and it's only going to get worse as the night wears on here. So bowling second time around in this first quarterfinal won't be that easy for the Bears. So they would need each and every run that they're making right now when it comes to the business end of this game. But staying current, only 8 balls to go. As Hutchinson is bowling to Ali, slower delivery. Ali waited for it. And once again a misfield and good running between the wickets by the 2 batsmen. They put a lot of pressure on the third man fielder who tried to do a one-hand pickup. He failed to do that. So a couple of runs. As Bears propelled to 126. Ali moves to 7.
Yeah, poor fielding. This is what not Underdogs need as of now. They need to keep the pressure on and, just deliver the dart balls because this runs will be counting later on in the night when they will be chasing. And once they go back to the highlights, they will see their mistake. Last ball of the over. A good-looking shot right towards extra cover for 4 runs. Beg your pardon. Just 2 runs. A good fielding from the fielder. See, Shafasal, Mac TV, the US T20, US Open T20 2018 has browsed. I met Shahid Afridi, brother-in-law Arshad is over here, all the way from Lancaster, Leicester, England. So people are coming from all over the world to support this event. Najam Usmani came from North Carolina. He's the president of Shahid Afridi Foundation. It's good to see people are coming to support cricket, and we have to give credit to Muhammad Afzal Qureshi. This is a cricket convention. I've been saying this from day one. I never seen so many people coming from all over the world and supporting cricket and supporting US Open T20. This is the 10th edition prestige tournament. And thank you to all the viewer who's watching around the world and who keep sharing the page, Facebook page on Mac TV.
The tournament's heading into the business end, and as you rightly said, there's a lot of interest. As the next one is launched again, it's in the air, and once again it eludes the fielder's hands. He got himself into a terrible mess. He was running behind, and with the lights on, it's not easy. Once he misjudged it and never got into position. He was hoping against all hopes that it will stick into his hands, but it never happened. So the Bears are swinging. They've gone up to 130 with 5 balls to go. And Bakshi now to Babwa, who's once again didn't get hold of that. But still they're running hard. And the throw is wayward, and there might be some overthrows as well. Shoddy bit of fielding from the Underdogs. So 3 runs added on that ball. 133 for 7, Babwa.
Poor fielding from Underdog. This is a last over, and they know if the league run in this over, they will be chasing. They already have 133 California Bears, and they don't want to get more than 140, and their last 4 deliveries is there. All they have to do just keep the eyes right there, focus on the game, and just get it done. But seem like lack of concentration, Shah Faisal, and Bakshi has balled 2.2 overs for 15 for 2.
Once again a swing, big shot, and the fingers goes up. It was pretty adjacent as he went across his stumps and tried to give it the almighty kitchen sink, but he missed it altogether, and Bakshi celebrates once again. It's a wicket, but more than that, at this stage of the game, more importantly, it's a dot ball, and 133 for 8 as Babwa is still on the crease at 17, but he's down at the non-striker end. 133 for 8, 3 to go.
Yes, very good point. The dot ball, wicket doesn't matter at this time, but 133 for 8 and 17.3. Current situation, Hussain is coming, the new batsman. Babwa is struggling over there. He's not connecting the ball well, like the Babwa is struggling over there. And this over, just 2 runs and 3 and wicket. Last 3 balls going to be very crucial, and we're going to see what's the end of the score going to be. But I think anything under 140 will be chaseable, and since now everybody's playing T10, so they're going to be playing like T12. Underdogs losing the under control.
Went into the outfield, and the throw skidded along the turf, went through the bowler's hand and smacked him in the head. It's just give it a little rub and shrug it off. Ready for another one.
Yes, Bakshi looks strong man, but he want to finish that over strong. And maybe bowler needs to start wearing helmet, Shah Faisal, the way he got it on the head.
Again swinging away from the fielder, and that will run away to the fence, but no, excellent effort on the boundary. Great commitment. And as you see the throws coming from the deep, they're really skidding off the turf. That's telling us that there's plenty of dew. As Bakshi gets hold of the ball and start to dry it up immediately, even though there's only 1 ball to go. But as we've been saying, that each and every run is very important, and those 2 runs saved by the brilliant effort on the sweeper.
Last ball of the over. A good shot towards long on, but the fielder will cut off. And little bit fumble going to allow them for 2 runs. And seemed like the last over went for 12 runs. 140 after 18 overs. So target will be 141s. We're just waiting for Lalman to put the detail, and then it will be a good chase for Underdogs. But so far so good. I predicted Shaf SL anything under 140, and he's right on the dot. 140 Shaf SL.
So your next profession is a fortune teller, to become a fortune teller now?
Yeah, I'm a seaman already. Maybe next time I'm gonna be a fortune teller. So we're
Multi-talented Ahmed Rana, but 140, and we also have to keep reminding our viewers that this 141 has to be chased in 12 overs. As we look at the Bears innings, rollicking start from Fletcher at the top, carried on very nicely by Ebanks, and a good cameo at the end by Babwa. A little bit slow, but he held the innings together. 140 for 8, and there were 9 extras. That's the total that the Bears got. And the bowling lineup from Underdogs.
Yes, Allen bowled 3 overs, 36, a little bit on expensive side, but Hutchison made the difference. After 3 overs, 2 wicket gone. Chaya make 4 overs, 24 runs. Suresh 4 overs, 17. Pani is 1 for 12, and Bakshi 3 for 22, making the difference, taking 3 wickets.
Yeah, and the 141, the required run rate is going to be 11.75 runs per over. As we've been saying, in 12 overs with all 10 wickets in hand is not the most impossible of the target. And once if the Underdogs can get off to a quick start, that is when the match will be a really exciting knockout contest, and we're really looking forward to that. But for now, it's time for a short break here, and we'll be right back before the start of the second innings.